Kaysville Fiber Top 10 Concerns. Concern number 2, COVID-19. In late March of this year, Kaysville City Attorney Nick Mills sent an email to Kaysville City Manager Shane Scott expressing his concerns about fiber. I will display the entire email, so if you like, you can pause it and read the entire thing. This email was obtained by opponents of Kaysville Fiber in response to a public records request. Those against fiber like to point to this email as evidence that financing Kaysville Fiber would place the city under greater pressure, the project is untimely with the uncertainty of the economic impact of COVID-19, the bonds are backstopped by tax dollars, the project sends the wrong message to city employees dealing with shrinking budgets, and the venture seems unreasonably high risk in the current atmosphere. I'm not going to address the bond issue since I already hit that in video number 3, but let's take a look at the others. First, I think it is important to read this letter in the appropriate context. Look at the date, March 31st. This was the very beginning of COVID-19. At this point, schools had been closed and children had been doing online learning at home for 2 weeks. Working from home began to the governor's chant of "Stay home, stay safe." Restaurants and bars had been ordered closed, with no idea when they would open again. With no one eating in restaurants or working in office buildings, this altered supply chains and drained stores of food and toilet paper. Cleaning supplies were also scarce as companies, schools, churches, and people attempted to protect themselves both from the virus as well as from any possible litigation or orders to close their companies. Our world had been turned upside down and the future was anyone's guess. By this time, the city had frozen its budget and braced for a heavy storm, expecting a drop in sales taxes. As the months rolled by, the city found that budgets were actually much better than prior months, to the point that the city was able to hire 11 new positions, including 6 firefighters. Now that we have the backstory, let's read that email again. Regarding financing putting pressure on the city, he says in the very next sentence that this would normally not be an issue for the city. The untimeliness of the project was because of expected economic impacts that never materialized. The message sent to city employees changed over time as more people were hired. The high risk was due to the then current atmosphere of panic and uncertainty that faded with the passing months. After all of this, he even points out that fiber would bring outstanding benefits to the city and that he doesn't put much stock in the opponent's arguments. What this email shows is that critical conversations were happening in a time of extreme turmoil, and that people were questioning if the timing was right for the project. As time has passed on, many of those concerns have resolved themselves, and the message has flipped. The timing for fiber could not be better. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Kaysville Fiber is needed now more than ever. More families are now working from home, and students who were already doing more and more online are now learning online, further stressing internet connections with the increased load. This costs families more money to increase their speeds in order to meet these new needs when they are already financially stressed. Kaysville Fiber will bring the faster speeds demanded by COVID-19 and at the same time lower residents' bills at no cost to the city. Please vote yes to Kaysville Fiber.